Okay, so today what we're doing is we're doing James's steering rack risers on his Miata. It makes it so it bump steers less, because it makes the steering rack come up, which makes the tie rods at the correct angle for them to pretty much work optimally and not have, well, they have more leverage on the wheel and the hub, so it pretty much it goes in the direction you want it to go rather than the direction it wants to go. So I didn't think this was going to be video worthy, but it's turning out, it really is. So we're kind of in the middle of the install and it's getting sketchy, so enjoy. So pretty much what's happened is we could force the other side up to get the spacer in, which is right here.
This has lines that we have to bend.
And this side has the steering column coming from the steering wheel. And lines. So we needed to put a piece of wood in there, and we really needed to jack it up so we had enough strength. And pretty much, yeah.
I'm glad it went back down on the spacer.
So pretty much the only issues we've had so far was getting, I mean, the passenger side went very smoothly to get it in, but the driver's side's where we're having the issues. Number one, getting it up so we get the spacer in, but also getting the back bolt out was kind of questionable because there was absolutely no space with the motor in the car. So we pretty much finagled it out of there with this joint and whatever, I don't even know what they are. But it wasn't fun and it wasn't correct, but it worked.
You have a hammer?
The questionable thing's going to be getting it back in.
You have a hammer?
Yes, of course I have a hammer.
Shit, the metal hammer. The metal hammer. The metal hammer. I think that moves it.
Yeah, just thread it in, it'll work. I mean, it'll move itself. Don't worry about it. So it took us a while, but we finally got one of the sides in on the driver's side spacer, and it was kind of difficult. We really had to push the steering rack backwards because when we jacked it up, it forced itself forward because of the steering column. But it took some effort and it went in. Now the issue is trying to put the back one in with about 2 centimeters of space, but I think I'm going to be doing that because James doesn't have the mental ability. So pretty much to take it off, we needed a short 1/4-inch drive ratchet with a Harbor Freight, what do they call it? Conversion to 3/8-inch drive and a joint. But turns out to put it in, you need it shorter, so you just take the joint out, you use the conversion from 1/4-inch to 3/8-inch, and you just use the 14mm normal socket with a thin 1/4-inch drive ratchet, and just keep hoping and it goes in.
But don't actually take that advice because you might strip it, but thankfully ours didn't strip.
You don't know that.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here.
So I guess it really wasn't threading in, so we're
See, look, see how that moved up?
So the helpful thing to do that I did not know could happen before was the whole entire bracket that pins the steering column down to the chassis can pivot.
Yeah.
So if you pivot it backwards, it'll be more flush with the spacer and the chassis or whatever. So you'll be able to actually thread it in.
There you go.
So try number 2 to thread this in.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. And when a girl walks in with an itty bitty.
Okay, so I don't know how many tries that was, but we were probably working on that for a total of like 4 hours.
We started at 2, it was 6 and we stopped.
And we pretty much can't get it, so George is gonna come over and attempt it, and if he's not, I think he's just gonna ride with 3 bolts for now. And then
For like a week, I can fucking figure it out.
So, it's so close though.
One guy said his motor was out of the car when he did, the other guy said he just wanted to move this AC. Yeah.
Wait. But it doesn't have a nut on the other side, right?
Well, the nut.
It's like welded
You have to
on.
hold it. It's like, you know what the issue was?
What?
The plate that this steer rack bolts to is bent. Like the piece of the car. Because I'm tightening this out as much as I can. There's still a gap on the bottom of this. Like it's bent down. And more threads stick out of this one than this one.
Keep tightening.
Alright. Sounds good.
So pretty much, we think we got that one in, or just stripping it to the point where it's going to be in.
Forever.
And
Like,
so as you
can't
can
even,
see,
like, it's-
this is what they look like when they're fully installed. It's just pretty much a piece of metal that goes in between. So we're just tightening them all up, and then the rack spacers will be in.
Oh.
So we finally just concluded the Miata. As you can see, it's driving away in the background right over there. Pretty much, for what it is, it's not worth it. It took forever to put in. It was an absolute pain in the ass. And it's probably not going to do much that's going to make any difference in feeling, honestly. But in the end, we got all 4 bolts in, and they're doing their job. So that's it for this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you really soon in the next video.